What's up, guys? I'm doing another video on the same day. I'll probably upload this one a little later just to mix things up. And what I wanted to touch on here is the idea of health optimization and just taking things too far. So I learned about this guy named George Furman on Twitter. I was reading his stuff for a while. I bought one of his products about brain optimization. And the premise is enticing, right? Eat the right foods, exercise the right way, modify your routine to maximize your mental capacity. And in turn, what are you going to get rewarded with? Making more money, thinking clearer, achieving your goals faster, feeling better overall. So yeah, and I'm digging through it, and it's insightful. I've learned a lot from it, and I'd recommend it for sure. The guy's name is George Furman on Twitter. I think his handle is Helios. Fuck, I don't remember what it is. Helios something. But there comes a point where you just take things too far, right? You have to live a little bit. If you were to strictly follow every single thing that this guy talks about, you wouldn't be able to go out for meals with friends or on dates or anything like that. I mean, for example, an ice cream date would be out of the question. Drinking, absolutely out of the question. And I understand that drinking is something you can't cut out, and it's not going to. There are ways that you can substitute it, right? You don't want to go for a drink, go for a juice. You want to go for a tea, whatever it is. Even a coffee, although I'm not an advocate of coffee either. The idea, though, is you don't want to overdo it, right? You don't want to be one of these anal retentive health nuts. I mean, you can be, right? You can make a living out of it. But that's the thing. Do you really want to take it that far? Are you really that obsessed with trying every single little hack to maybe get 1% more mental clarity, or live 6 months longer, or have 1% less chance that you'll have cancer or something like that? I mean, for me, there's a happy medium for everything. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Some people want to take it really, really far, and that's totally fine. In fact, if anything, there will be some periods where you want to take things far and then kind of rein it back a bit once you understand what level you can tolerate for the long term. So for me, I mean, I still want to have legally a marijuana edible here and there. I'm probably not going to smoke it anymore because I know, I was looking at my face the other day. I think I'm only 28, but I feel like my habits have aged me a little faster than they should have. I mean, I still look fairly young, right? I look around my age. But if I want to maintain, then I need to avoid smoking anything. That's a no-brainer. What else? I mean, sugar, right? Having, like I said, an ice cream or a fruit juice, or, going out for street tacos that are bathed in seed oils. I mean, this stuff has its place. I don't want to give that stuff up completely. I definitely won't be subsisting on it. Some of the tips that he gives are cooking your food in ghee or tallow, or coconut oil, or grass-fed butter, and avoiding pretty much everything else, even olive oil for cooking. I suppose you can have it raw. But yeah, it really just comes down to what you're comfortable with and what your lifestyle can allow. If you're traveling, then it's a lot harder to keep this stuff up without breaking the bank, at least. And even then, some of the products that you're used to in one location might not be available somewhere else. So it also limits your mobility and, again, the kind of experiences that you can have there. So The way I see it, it's good to take a little bit here and there, incorporate what's useful, discard what isn't. But I'm not going to be a health nut, biohacker, influencer anytime soon, because it's not something I can genuinely stick to for the long term, because I like going out to restaurants. I like having, like I said, the street tacos. If I go out on a date, I don't drink, so I'm going to invite the girl for an ice cream or a yogurt or whatever. And I'm not going to freak out, oh my god, seed oils, oh my god, refined dairy with additives. I mean, because the funny thing is, you look at some people, look at the average person, right? The average person really doesn't take their health seriously at all. They drink, they smoke, they eat processed foods, they drink coffee, they don't go to bed at a reasonable hour, all of this stuff. And yet, a lot of people, they're alive, they're surviving. Surviving and thriving is different, but, they're probably going to die around 70 or 80 like a normal person. Now, of course, their quality of life could be improved if they made some tweaks to their health. But that's the sweet spot, finding that place where you feel great almost every single day. You can genuinely say you have mental clarity, you have energy, and then also be able to enjoy something here and there. But I will say one last little note is, once you do start cleaning things up, if you do indulge here and there, for example, I think I had a cookie the other day, or what was it that I had? This girl I'm seeing, she got me a little teeny tiny packet with sweetened, it wasn't granola, but it was like sweetened nut, like a Nature Valley bar, but cut into a little square. And I thought, okay, whatever, I'll have it. And literally 5 minutes after, I started to feel hot, kind of inflamed. So you get a lot more in tune with how your body reacts to certain foods and substances once you start cleaning things up. And it reveals to you, oh, I didn't realize that this was happening to me before. Check out this bird. I don't know if you can see it that clearly, but that's something interesting about Colombia. Lots of biodiversity and wildlife. But anyways, that's pretty much the point of this video, right? Learn more about health, improve it, get to the point where you can have consistent good energy, feel good, but probably you don't want to be one of these health nuts who has to say no to virtually everything, prepare every single meal at home, and demonize people who, go for something sugary or a drink or a smoke or whatever it is. Because no one's perfect, and, it makes life interesting to live on the edge just a little bit, right? So take care, and I'll see you in the next one.